Welcome to the Cycling Celebration channel, where we feature videos that highlight the cycling lifestyle. I'm James Few, back with another video for cycling enthusiasts of all ages. Okay, this video here, I'm just gonna be kind of talking about a lot of things about this bike lane, because I often ride in the bike lanes, especially when I'm in like New Center, Wayne State area on Cash Street. And other streets in that area, 2nd and 3rd or whatever, they have these designated bike lanes, which I think are great. But there really are some unexpected hazards or dangers about riding in the bike lane. I mean, you're there, but the bike lane is in between the street and the access to the pedestrian walkways. So, with that being said, okay, if there's anything in the bike lane and you have to exit the bike lane, a lot of times the only place you're exiting the bike lane to is the street. So that's another hazard, and I've run into some problems with that. And then once they block the bike lane and they block access to the sidewalk, then that's it. You got to go on the street. So that creates some issues right there. But then there's also the visibility. A lot of times, that maybe if it's open and there's no cars parked on one side or whatever, then people will be able to see you. Okay, well, I'm going to revisit that part later because I see that now I've run into some other things where I'm on what is this? Yeah, I'm on this one-way street, but it's only for like one block. But in order for me to get access to this other street, which I think is called Watson Street or something like that, I think it's Watson, but it goes all the way to through the Eastern Market, so where I get access to the Quinter Cut. But in order for me to get there, I have to. They got the other road on one side is closed off because of the construction. So in order for me to get there and go the direction of the actual traffic, I would have to go a couple of extra blocks. I'd have to go one more block down and then circle around and come back. So that's 2 extra blocks. So usually there's not that much traffic. So I just take that little half a block or whatever it is, that short block, and stay all the way over to the right side of the road and look for traffic. Usually I don't have any issues with it. So then, you see there, I cross over the 75 freeway, and and then next thing you know, I'm there, But here we go in another scene where I'm already bypassed the Quinter Cut, and I'm on the riverfront here. And I'm exploring the riverfront, which is really a great place in Detroit to visit. One of my favorite spots. I love to just cruise along there, cycle myself along the riverfront and look at all the scenery here. It's really nice. I mean, they've done so much with this, and it's one of the real gems or treasures of Detroit. This part. This old sidewalk though is not too great. it's okay for pedestrians, but not so great for cycling. Not that much room. So I had to take to the street to get to the next access to the riverfront, because it's not all connected yet, and it will be at one point. It's going to all be connected when they get it going, when they get this whole project going. I think by like 2025 or so, they'll have it all completed. A lot of it will be completed by next year. This time next year, you know, because they're working on it. You can see a lot of parts have been opening up, and you know, you got the DeQuinder cut, and then now you've got the one on the southwest Greenway. Got that one too. So next it'll just be the whole Joe Louis Greenway, and the whole thing will be like 28 miles or something. Oh, they're also, you know, the one of my other videos I talked about the pathway there, doing all the way from I think it was Belleville or something like that. I don't remember. Some community downriver though. And I mean, it's going to go all the way to Belle Isle. So when they complete this project, it's going to be something really, you know, really great to see. But even for now, though, you know, this is very much an enjoyable adventure, a ride to the riverfront, and it's very like therapeutic, relaxing. You know, I'm listening to music and stuff the whole time, and just taking in all this, you know, the scene here, the water and stuff, and you know, the background of the backdrop of the clouds and all that. It's very picturesque, I would say, you know. So, you know, I really enjoy doing this. So as much as I can, you know, I'm going to get down there. But funny thing is, though, is that after I rode there yesterday, I got back, you know, had my bike in the garage, you know, and the whole trip, everything went fine. But I get back out there today, go in the garage, and my tire's flat. That's strange. I don't know how that happened. Just maybe I picked up something on the way home, and there was a slow leak. But it's just weird, you know. All of a sudden, the tire's flat. It was fine when I put it in the garage. Everything seemed perfectly normal. And I get up and the tire's flat. Now I'm not sure if there's any other reason, like maybe some cat used my tire to scratch on or something, you know. I don't know. That's just grasping at straws, just guessing, you know, speculating. I don't really know that could have had anything to do with it, but I just found it very strange that the tire was flat. Anyway, you know, I'm like, this is going back the other way, going back the return trip off the you know, riverfront here, and you know, it's really something, because there's a lot of development going on. You got all these apartment complexes being put up there. I'm sure that they're, you know, not really that inexpensive. Probably like, you know, $1,200 for a studio or something like that. You know, I'm just guessing. I just hear things like that, you know, and see things like that sometimes. There's probably a few places that are more affordable, but for the most part, you know, it's riverfront property, and it's at a premium. But I would love to be able to live down there, but you know, for the amount of space that you get, I'd really have to minimalize. I'd probably have to get a you know, storage or something like that to keep all my stuff in, if I didn't have a garage like I do now. Yeah, and this part where you go up that ramp and stuff, and it overlooks the whole riverfront. Like, you can see everything from up there. and then the pathway goes down and it winds around the whole little mound that they constructed there. You know, it's not like a mountain, but the hill. It winds right around that hill, and then you go back around, and the pathway goes right down there to the river walk, which is very nice. You know, so this whole thing is great. You know, I can see why people love to be down there on the Detroit riverfront. Okay, now I'm on one of my favorite pathways here, headed toward the river walk. It's really nice. I mean, they have all of the landscaping that, you know, makes it look really pretty around here, and in the background you can see the Renson, GM headquarters, I guess. And you know, you're just going around this pathway, and you get to the river walk. I usually will take that all the way down, and then once I get all the way down to where the port authority is, you know, then I'll exit from the river walk. Get on the kind of got disconnected for a second. I was just talking about how once I get to the end of the Detroit river walk where the port authority is, and I circle back and go down to the DeQuinder Cut. And so that's probably what you'll see in this next scene after I get down here and complete my little venture down the river walk. I like going along here as well. Sometimes it's real busy, other times it's not. Like this day, it wasn't really that busy at whatever time of day this was, so I was able to go pretty good. Okay, so now I made it back to the DeQuinder Cut here, as you see, and you know, I'm taking that, going back towards home. But you know, yesterday was really different. You know, I usually don't spend that much time down there in the Winter Cut, except for yesterday. I parked my bike, got near this little lounge area that's near the entrance ramp, and I sat down there, opened up my phone, and pulled out my application to do my fantasy football draft. Yeah, did that. You know, and so that took roughly about an hour. So it started at 6 and finished up right around 7. So I wasn't able to even head back home till right around 7 o'clock. But I made it back home before 8 o'clock, so that's pretty good, you know, going from there, you know, and I think I had to go the opposite direction first because I wanted to make a quick bathroom stop before I went all the way back home, you know, because I'd already been sitting there for an hour doing that fantasy football draft. So yeah, it was a different day yesterday, but on the way back though, well, I don't know if this is that same trip, but on the way back, you're gonna see, I'm still on the DeQuinder Cut here. But after, I think there's just this one scene that you're gonna see where I really was talking about the bike lane and how, it sometimes presents some, unseen type of dangers, because people are, able to see you if there's no cars parked in the alongside the lane, the bike lane. But if there's cars parked there, it sort of hides the people on bikes, especially if you're lower, like I am on a recumbent trike. It's hard to see, for the outside traffic to see you. So when you get to the corners, you have to be very careful, because cars will turn right there, or sometimes cars will cut straight across the street. That's kind of what happened to me when I was going down 2nd Street. I had just crossed the 2nd Street bridge, and I'm really going downhill on the other side of that bridge, so I kind of took advantage of that. And I was going really fast, in the bike lane. I think I'm probably getting up to like maybe 20 miles an hour, and I saw a car that was gonna cross the street, so I was just looking out for it. But it was kind of late, when I finally saw the car, and I had to slam on my brakes. So you probably see that upcoming, and you can look for that. And here I'm returning in the like Midtown area in the bike lane, after I got through the DeQuinder cut. And as you see, this is pretty smooth going. I'm going at a great pace, like 15 miles an hour, which I like that, because you get where you're going, and you don't have to really take all day to get somewhere at 15 miles an hour. Well, actually now it's up to like 17 miles per hour, 16, 17. So yeah, I was getting back pretty fast there. But I get it when I can, when it's clear, because you're going to get to some areas where it's not going to be so clear, and your access is a little bit more limited, as you'll probably see down here further. And of course, you got to be traffic stop lights here, have to stop. But once you get through that and you get to the busy area down here, you'll see that there's a lot of stuff going on between the cars and the bike lane and the businesses and stuff. And that's where you have to really watch. When you see all these cars parked and stuff, you have to really watch for pedestrians and stuff. You see that, you're walking across the bike lane, and the people are not, they see on their cell phones, they're not even looking half the time. They'll walk right in front of you. So that's one of the real drawbacks about riding in the bike lane and stuff, because you're sort of like trapped there. If somebody steps in front of you, you better be ready to hit your brakes. Yeah, but other than that though, and the other thing that I don't like is sometimes they put things in the bike lane, and well, if you're riding something like I'm riding, you need the entire bike lane because of the width of you got two front tires. A trike, takes up more space than a traditional like road bike or something. So you need the entire bike lane, and sometimes they stick things in the bike lane. Another thing is they don't really clean these, bike lanes along the curb, sweep them and stuff. So a lot of times there's glass and stuff there. You have to kind of dodge that. And then other things is, sometimes puddles will be along the bike lane too. You're trying to avoid that. Different things like that. So yeah, you have to learn to work through all of that stuff. But I'm getting down here towards the end where there's construction. So then I had to go across the bridge. Now this is the part I was talking about right here, when I had to go across that 2nd Street bridge. And I don't actually have a speed indication here, but I'm going, as you can see, I'm going real fast, probably like 20 miles an hour at one point, and shooting through this bike lane. And come up, there's a part here where some cars are parked there. I get near the end of the cars, and then I had to slam my brakes on because that guy cut right across the street. And he didn't see me. I saw him, but he didn't see me for sure. So that's one of the things that, unfortunately, that you have to be aware of.